Some additional policies. CSM is, for the most part, a smoke-free environment, and for the most part, a smoke-free campus. Though there are some designated locations on campus where smoking is permitted. There are smoking areas in Lot 4 Socrates, and this includes vapes and cigarettes. As far as video surveillance, again, part of the reason it is so safe is because there is video surveillance throughout campus. So just be aware that this does exist in the parking lots, in the buildings, to help deter crime. Students' rights, responsibilities, and student conduct. Again, how you conduct yourself on campus does matter. So what to take about this from this section of the catalog is that it's really important to be respectful of others and yourself. And again, students who don't comply with this, there are consequences in terms of student discipline, and this discipline will be on students' record if this is the case. Again, is not something that affects most students, but again, understand that the conduct does matter in classes, but also on campus as well. Okay. Student grievances and appeals. If you do feel unfairly treated or treated unjustly, you have the right to file a grievance or appeal through the appropriate avenue. So again, if it's a class dispute, for example, what we recommend is that you try your best to work that out with the instructor. But if that's not possible, then the next level would be the dean, for example. So a personal story for myself, when I was a student at College of San Mateo, I had well over 94% in the class, but when grades came out, the grade that I earned was a B. At that time, there were no plus or minus grades, but I had calculated everything in terms of the essays and matched it up with the syllabus, and calculated that I did earn an A. So what I did was I worked it out with the instructor, explained everything, and the instructor let me know that my grade would be changed, so there was no need to take it to the next level with the dean. So that's an example of an appeal. Okay. Cheating and plagiarism. We'll talk a lot more about this later in the semester, but it is taken very seriously at the college. What does cheating mean? It means unauthorized help on an assignment, quiz, or exam. And then plagiarism is using the work of others and taking credit for it as your own. Okay, and there are consequences. Some cases you can get a warning. You can also get an F grade on the assignment or in the class for cheating and plagiarism. So one example is that with a Math 200 class several years ago, an instructor did notice that students had shown their work in identical ways and really suspected cheating, and the students denied it, of course, in this situation. So there was a situation where the instructor suspected cheating, but also the students denied it. So what happened is the case went to a college judiciary committee, and the decision by the college judiciary committee was that the students were given the option to retake the course. So they didn't flunk the course, because the instructor did want to flunk the students, but also the students didn't get what they wanted in terms of passing the course. So the ruling was each of the students did have to retake the course, and that course where they were accused of cheating was not counted. So again, cheating and plagiarism very much taken seriously in college. Okay. Time, place, manner, and speech. Again, there is the right to free speech for students. And the director of student life and leadership is Aaron Schaefer at the college. And the vice president of student services, those roles are now being spread out since former Vice President Lopez is the acting president right now. But certainly the Vice President's office can also answer questions about time, manner, and speech. And it also applies to the folks who are on campus. So sometimes you'll see folks that you might not necessarily agree with their viewpoints, but again, that's through freedom of speech, where you might see groups like that on campus. Okay. So any revisions of regulations that happen do supersede what is in the catalog. Again, remember, the catalog is a document that's really produced once a year. There are what are called addendums and updates, but again, because it's one of the limitations is that it's published only once a year, sometimes rules and regulations change. So those that are adopted by the administration and the college are kind of the law of the land, so just note that they can supersede the catalog if they are changed. Okay, so summary of key things to note. Really understand the required enrollment steps for students pursuing degree, certificates, and transfer. Know that it's really important to meet with a counselor for an education plan if you are pursuing a degree, certificate, transfer, or career opportunities. Note that it is a safe space, and discrimination and harassment is absolutely not tolerated on the campus. Know your rights and responsibilities as a student. Conduct yourself respectfully, both in the classroom and on campus. Understand your rights in terms of grievances and appeals. Note that cheating and plagiarism is absolutely not tolerated, and understand the free speech regulations as well. So thank you very much, and have yourself a great weekend. Next week, we will have an open book quiz on what we've covered so far in the class, so be ready for that.